Hello, my name is Luca Zamoc and I'm the illustrator of this Pinocchio published by Morning Bell. I actually choose not to depict Pinocchio in this book because I think it's been way overdue during the last century. So I didn't know if I could bring anything new about his representation, so I decided more to actually focus on villains and the depiction of evil, which is actually the main theme of all the book. I strongly believe that when you depict a character, the less you represent about him, the more you're gonna be willing to fall into his lanes and to feel like there would be an impersonification. So this was one of the choices that I took. And actually, there is also something that I wanted to explore, which were like the secondary character, because the thing about Pinocchio is that he has such a various and amazing universe of characters that usually we always see the archetypical one. For example, Mangiafuoco, Il Gatto e la Volpe, etc. But there are so many more characters like the same as fascinating as the famous one. So I really focus on the shark, for example. I really focus on the Batman and all that villains that are actually the real depiction of evil that Collodi wants to give to the reader. I choose two colors for the covers because it was the guy's idea. It wasn't my idea. At first I wanted to do everything with one color, black and white in the inside, and some other leather color in the outside. But they actually give me the inputs of using the pale blue or like something that would actually connect to the blue fairy. And it was actually a pretty good idea because we needed another level to add, at least on the cover. Otherwise it would have been maybe too plain, all of it like this. When I thought about the cover, I didn't knew much about book binding, actually. I did a lot of research and I started realizing that we would have lose the opportunity to have a game of colors and game of materials that we wouldn't have in any other ways. So I actually decided to give each color and each material a meaning. So that's what it came through the idea of using the blue leather as the blue fairy and the normal leather as the shark. And I think that is what we needed from the beginning. So my interpretation of Pinocchio, I've been reading a lot about Pinocchio, not Pinocchio itself. I've been reading articles and books about Pinocchio because I actually discovered that Pinocchio is an esoteric tale, because actually Collodi himself was part of Masonry. So the beauty of Pinocchio is that we have this path of this very raw material, piece of raw material, this very small piece of wood that becomes enlightened at some point. It becomes a real boy. So it becomes actually some kind of it reminds of the alchemical great work, where you come from very rough and you end up in gold. So this is actually what I loved about it, and I actually tried to emulate this meaning, choosing actually this kind of late 19th century style of engraving, because I wanted to have that kind of taste, that kind of flavor. And I think I've been working on symbols just because I wanted to raise up this esoteric meaning and put it on paper.